I'm here to share my thoughts or my observation on the audit trail and the recent MCA notification. So let's see what the notification came out few days back and what are the implication and how do we all gear up to meet this challenge. All right, so let me just start. I'm Anand Paurana and I do a lot of consulting on the software part of it. So this is going to be the brief agenda. We'll try and understand what is audit trail, what is the recent MCA notification says about the audit trail. I will also dwell upon a little bit on the benefits of having the audit trail. And of course, my co-speaker will take you through the audit trail in Zoho. So this is a broad agenda, and we are going to be here for the next 45 minutes to 1 hour, including the Q&A session. So let me just begin. So on the 24th of March, MCA issued a notification, which I read on the 25th March morning. Suddenly I was knowing the audit, what is audit trail. In fact, I've done the few implementation with the client and few discussion with the client on the audit trail previously also, but that was all from the management side. So on 25th of March, when the MCA notification came in, when this statutory requirement came in, I become reinterested in the term called audit trail and just try to find out what the audit trail means. So I just look upon the internet, and there were a couple of uh, definition which I could locate. One, of course, Wikipedia says an audit trail, also called as an audit log, is a security relevant chronological record, set of records, and or the destination and source of records that provide documentary evidence of the sequence of activities that have affected at any time for a particular operation, procedure, event, or device. It looks so confusing. On the first reading itself, I found it so confusing. So I look out for the other definition. A little bit simpler version I could found out on the Wall Street Mojo, which says an audit trail is a systematic record to trace the source of financial data and provides chronological documentary evidence of a series of activities and is therefore used to verify the accuracy of data and track transaction. Little bit simpler than the first definition, but still it is very technical, very jargon oriented definition. Though I tried to highlight few of the terms here, then I looked upon saying that what could be the audit trail in the real life, in our all day to day life, what we all can relate. So the first instance, or the first example which came to my mind was the CCTV camera. Nowadays, all the housing society, all the offices have a CCTV camera. It is nothing but to keep an audit trail of all the activities, which is a chronological, systematic record, evidence of the series of the activity to verify the accuracy, to track the transaction. So CCTV in all the housing society, all the office is and kind of an example of an audit trail. It is not an audit trail, but it is a kind of an, just to understand, just to correlate. Here we are talking about the financial records now. Another example which I could immediately correlate is the this photograph where the husband and wife or a couple is fighting with each other, and one of the spouse starts argument, which is chronological, systematic record, evidence to track all the past activities and accuracy. I'm sure all of you must be able to relate with this and will be able to understand what the audit trail is. Of course, this is in a lighter sense, and I've used the gender neutral term, a spouse, so don't worry about it. All right. So let me just go back to the now. What does the MCA says about this? All right. So MCA on the 24th March 2021 issued a notification number 205 bracket E, whereby it has intended to add the proviso to the rule 3 sub rule 1, which says that provided that for the financial year commencing on or after first day of the April 2021, every company which uses accounting software for maintaining its books of account shall use only such accounting software which has a feature of recording audit trail of each and every transaction, 2 creating an edit log of each change made in the books of accounts along with the date when such changes were made, and 3 ensuring that the audit trail cannot be disabled. Let us dissect this one paragraph to understand what does it mean. First of all, it is applicable for the financial year commencing from first day of April 2021, that is today. Right from today it is applicable. The notification was issued just 1 week back, and they say it is applicable from first day of April 2020. Second, it says every company. That means all the companies are covered, irrespective of its size, irrespective of its turnover, location, and no other criteria is given. Only if it is a company, it is covered. So the term says very clearly that it is every company. Therefore, it is applicable to only company. It is not applicable to LLP or a partnership firm or a proprietary firm. It is applicable only and only to the company, be it a private limited company or a limited company. It is applicable to all the company. So first day of April. So from today, every company. Third, which uses accounting software for maintaining its books of accounts. So uh, every company which is uses a accounting software. So nowadays, I see all the company uses the accounting software. So there is no exception to this. I don't see any company which uses the manual accounting nowadays. Everyone uses the accounting software. Then, if this is a condition, if it is a company and if it is using the accounting software, then it should the accounting software which has a the following three features. Which are the three features? I have given as a tab here, which has a feature of recording audit trail of each and every transactions. Okay, so for each and every transaction, it should have an audit trail. So we understood it's a chronological. It should record the accuracy. It should not be tampered with. Second, it should be creating an edit log of each change made in the books of accounts. So the moment you book a transaction in the books of accounts, or let's say you pass an invoice entry or a purchase entry in the books of accounts, any change you are making in that afterwards should be recorded. An edit log should be created along with the date when such changes were made. And the third, ensuring that the audit trail cannot be disabled. So this feature of the audit trail should be there throughout the year. It cannot be disabled. So this is what the sum and substance of the notification, what it says. Let us try and understand what it means for the and what are the implications even for the auditors. So let me just go a little bit ahead and say. So similar to this notification, MCA also amended the one more point in the company's audit and auditors amendment rules. Other matter to be included in the audit report, which basically says whatever previous this slide, this previous point, the notification number 205E, this is for a company to comply with. And the point number G, auditor has to report in its audit report saying that whether the company has used such accounting software for maintaining books of accounts, which has a feature of recording audit trail, and the same has been operated throughout the year for all the transaction recorded in the software, and the audit trail feature has not been tampered with, and the audit trail has been preserved by the company as per the statutory requirement. So basically, on one side, MCA has put in the burden or put in the onus of making sure that the company is having such software, having all these features. And on the second side, it is also asking the auditor to certify on all these grounds. So it's a two-way thing which the MCA has brought in, not only for the companies but even for the auditors to do this. All right, going a little bit ahead. So if I dissect this to definition, and if I look from the practical perspective, let's say I'm using any software. When can I say my software has an audit trail feature? So as per me, if your software is this five feature, then we can say that the software has the audit trail feature. Number one, if software is able to tell me who made the change. Second, when are the changes made? Third, what are the changes made? So who, when, what, these three things are important about the change. It is applicable to all the transaction and not only to few of the transactions. So once the audit trail is applicable, you cannot say that I will only apply the audit trail feature only to the invoice transaction or to the expense transaction and leave out about all other transaction. It has to be applicable to all the transaction. It has to be applicable to all the transaction. And the last and the most important part of the notification says this feature cannot be disabled. So if your software is able to fulfill this five criteria, I believe your software is having the audit trail feature intact, and you can say yes, you are using a software which has the audit trail. Who, when, what made the changes applicable to all the transaction, and feature cannot be disabled. Obviously, the notification. I'm just trying to dissect this notification into the simpler terms for all of us to understand this. All right. Next, at this point, it is also very important for us to understand what is not audit trail. All right. So, what is audit trail? We know that if who made the change, when are the changes made, what are the changes made, it is applicable to all the transaction, and feature cannot be disabled. It is an audit trail. But it is at the same time, let us understand what is not audit trail. If your software gives only user based access, so when you open the software, you need to give your user ID and password. User based access is a part of the audit trail. It is required for the software to have the audit trail, but only having the user based access will not comply with the notification, MCA notification. Second, some of the software has an audit feature. I mean, you pass a transaction, then the auditor audits the transaction. This is good feature to have. However, the audit feature is different from the audit trail feature. Audit feature is primarily for the checking of the transaction. All right. Whereas the audit trail feature is once you book the transaction, then afterwards, if anyone is changing the transaction, making any amendment in the transaction, it should capture all the details about the transaction, all the changes. Third is, if the audit trail feature is there, but it applies only to some transaction and not to all the transactions. So it is selective in nature. Okay. If it is selective in nature and it is not applicable to all the transaction, we cannot say it is complying with the notification. Once audit trail feature is there, it has to by default apply to all the transaction. There should not be any possibility to carve out any exception to say that we will not apply this to any of the transaction. And last, it does not give the alteration history. It records who has recorded the transaction, who has altered the transaction, but it does not give me the detail about what alteration has been made. Then also we cannot say it is a complete audit trail feature. So we need to understand this both the slides in totality, what is audit trail and what is not audit trail, for us to really digest and say that to look for in our software that yes, who made the change should be available, when are the changes made, including the date, time, when are the changes made, that should be available, what are the changes made. So previously I had, let's say I parked the invoice for 1 lakh rupees. Now it has been changed to 1,50,000. It should give me the previous figure also and current figure also. It is applicable to all the transaction without any exception, and this feature cannot be disabled. And these are not the audit trail feature. This may be a part of audit trail, but in totality, it is not an audit trail. All right. Last, I would say that what are the benefits of the audit trail? See, audit trail, I always say that this thing, the audit trail feature were actually existing in many of the software, including Zoho. Okay, people were aware, people were using, some people were using. So audit trail is nothing but I would say the sanitizer of the corona world. Okay, what was sanitizer to the corona world? We all were knowing that the hand sanitizer were available, but very few people were using it. Very few people were uh, has had understood the concept or had understood the importance of it before the last March. But in 1 year, our entire perception changed. Now, by default, we all use hand sanitizer. So this is something like an audit trail. Audit trail feature were already there in the software. Were already there in the Zoho. Now everyone will start using it. Now since it become the MCA mandate, everyone will start understanding it. Everyone will start applying it. Auditor will start looking at it. Okay, so I have tried to list out some of the benefits here. One, it increases the user accountability. Obviously, when you say that you are into premises which is a CCTV, obviously the accountability increases, a moral check increases. It also brings in the transparency as to the who has booked the transaction, who has changed the transaction. So yes, lot of it brings a lot of transparency. Third, it can also help in the reconstruction of the events in the case of investigation. Let us say that there is some financial fraud in your organization, and the investigating agency or the investigative auditor needs to reconstruct the event. So it becomes very helpful that who had made what changes to make some pattern out of it. It also preserves your record integrity and obviously brings the accuracy of it. It also secures or sensitive or vital information because in the absence of audit trail, if the transaction is changed, you will never know what was the actual transaction or what was the earlier transaction. So in that sense, it secures the sensitive information. Sometime, let's say you book the transaction, you made the changes, and auditor, when comparing both the version, has come to the conclusion, no, the first entry was correct. So here we can again amend the same, and it can also result into a defense of the records for compliance purposes. Since you are now preserving all the movement, you can say that we are a very clean organization, we are recording everything, who has made the transaction, who has changed the transaction, what are the changes made. There is nothing to hide, I mean, so this can also come into a defense of the compliances, especially in the taxation disputes. All right, so yeah, this is the benefits of the audit trail. So I come to the end of this session and I am open to the questions. I hand over the session back to the Semi and the Diksha. Thank you so much, Zoho, for having me here. I'm here for all your questions. Yes.
Thank you, Anand. We'll take up the question once the whole session is over. Now, Diksha from Zoho Books, along with Irshad, will explain the functionality of the audit trail in Zoho Books. And once that is done, we'll be able to answer all the questions. Anyways, people are dropping their questions in the questions tab. So once the session is done, we'll be able to project the questions and we'll be able to answer the crowd at once.
All right. Thanks. Thanks.
Thank you, Mr. Anand, for giving us a detailed explanation on the MCS mandate. As Sami mentioned, I am Diksha from the Zoho Books team, and I'll be explaining the audit trail capabilities of Zoho Books. But before we dive deep into the feature, I would like to give you all a brief overview on what Zoho Books is. Zoho Books is a GST compliant smart accounting software that gives a complete visibility of business finances. And since it's a cloud accounting software, it can be accessed at any time from anywhere and on any device. Now let's go through some of the key features of Zoho Books. Zoho Books makes invoicing and managing receivables effortless. You can send customized statements to your clients and receive payments in multiple currencies with our accounting software. Zoho Books simplifies online sales order management and processing. With Sales Order module, you can confirm sales before you ship them, keep your team updated, and avoid delivery errors. You can also convert a confirmed sales order to an invoice or a purchase order with just a click of a button. Zoho Books is an all-in-one accounting and inventory tracking software for businesses. You can keep tabs on your inventory online and have a complete inventory tracking from monitoring stock levels to replenishing them. Zoho Books lets you simplify bank account reconciliations. Know the whereabouts of your money with ease. Whether you hold a single bank account or several, Zoho Books makes your bank reconciliation effortless. We have also integrated with popular payment gateways and provide a hassle-free environment for collecting online payments from your customers. A lot of services or product-based businesses earn their income based on the number of hours spent, tasks done for a project, or a fixed project rate. Using the time tracking module in Zoho Books, you can manage your projects, log the time spent by tasks or employees using timesheets, and raise an invoice and appropriate transactions for the same. As a business expands, they branch out to various locations to cater to more people. When there are many branches, tracking the transaction is essential to evaluate a branch's performance and how the organization has fared overall. In Zoho Books, you can add more GSTINs to your existing organization, associate them with branches, get financial insights from reports, and file GST returns for all GSTINs in one place. With Client Portal, you can share recent transactions, accelerate estimate approval process, and capture feedback. Client Portal also lets your clients make bulk payments against the invoices. With Zoho Books, you can stop worrying about laws changing in India. You can manage your finances and file GST online for your businesses, all from one platform. Now that we have a general idea on what Zoho Books is, let's dive deep into the audit trail capabilities of Zoho Books. In response to the new mandate, we have introduced the audit trail feature in Zoho Books. Audit trail contains a detailed record of all the activities that were carried out in your organization during a particular period of time. In short, it provides details on description of the action that was performed, the date and time an action was performed, the module under which the action was performed, and the user who performed the action. The audit trail is a part of the activity log report of Zoho Books. To access this report in Zoho Books, go to Reports, Activity section, and under Activity section, there is activity logs. As soon as you click on the report, you will be taken to this screen. As you can see, activity log report is divided into 3 columns. The first column is time, that shows the exact date and time of the action. The second column is the activity details, that provide details on the module, account, and related contact. The third column is a description that contains details on the action performed, along with the name of the user. You can also select the period of choice from here, and the report will be automatically generated. Audit Trail in Zoho Books lets you view and track the history of changes made to any transaction. With every change, a new version of the transaction or an edit log is created. You will be able to compare the version to view exactly by when and whom the change was made. Let us go ahead and get a hands-on experience of this feature. Now, I'm going to go to the sales module and create a new invoice. Click on the plus new button on the top right corner to create a new invoice. Select the customer from the drop-down menu. In Zoho Books, you can add all your customers in the customer module of Zoho Books. As soon as you select the customer from the drop-down menu, details like shipping and billing address, GST treatment, and place of supply will be automatically populated. The invoice number will be automatically generated, and you can also change the due date and terms. Similar to customers, you can also add your items in the Zoho Books, and they will appear in the drop-down box. Once you select an item, the item rate and taxes will be automatically populated. You can enter the shipping charges, adjustments, and associate TCS as well. You can then save the invoice as draft if you wish to send it later, or you can save and send the invoice to directly send the invoice to your customer. I am going to save it as draft. After the details are confirmed, I can then mark the invoice as sent by clicking on this button. Once the invoice is created in Zoho Books, let's head over to the reports module and check the activity log. So, as you can see, the invoice creation has been listed here. Hover over the transaction row and click on show version. As you can see, the initial versions of the transaction are listed over here. Now, let's go back to the invoice module and make some changes. In the invoice, I'm going to modify the due date. I'm going to add a new item to the transaction, and I'm also going to add some adjustment amount. After these changes have been saved, let's head back to the report section. Click on show version, and now click on compare in the top right corner to compare the transaction with the previous version. Select the two versions that you wish to compare and hit compare. The two versions will be listed side by side. You will be able to view the differences in the values highlighted in 3 different colors. The yellow color highlights the data that has been edited or modified. The green color shows the data that has been added newly. In this way, you can view and compare the changes that are made to the transaction. In Zoho Books, you can also customize this report. To do so, click Customize Report in the top of the page. You can customize the report based on date range, that is the period for which you want the activity log. You can customize the report based on activity related to. You can customize the report based on the particular module like invoice, chart of accounts, or the action related to the module like reconciliation, bank accounts, and feeds. In case the selected action pertains to any sales or purchase module, you will have the option to choose a particular customer or vendor respectively. You can also filter activity based on a user. You can also customize the report based on actions such as create, update, or delete. You can also customize and run a report to view only the changes made to a personally identifiable information. Apart from this, the report can be downloaded by clicking Export As on the top right corner of the page. Then select the file format in which you want to download. You can also print the report by clicking print icon on the top right side of the page. So, this was all about the capabilities of Audit Trail in Zoho Books. Now, it is time for the question and answer session. If you have any questions, please use the questions tab and our product experts will have those answered for you right away.
Thank you, Diksha. We'll open the session for questions. I could see around 5 to 6 questions in the question tab. I'll project the questions. Either Mr. Anand Purana or our team will respond to each and every question.
Yeah, so the first question is from Mr. Ashish Gandhi, which says that is it applicable to all the companies, public or private, or is there any threshold limit on turnover or something? No, it is applicable to all the company. There is no threshold limit. There is no bifurcation between the public or private company. So you have a private company which has only 10,000 rupees as a turnover. Also, this audit trail mandate becomes applicable. So this is the I would say the part of this MCA notification. One, it has not given any time, very limited time to comply with the notification. And second, in past, wherever this kind of a changes were happening, either in the accounting standard implementation or with something to with the accounts and the audit, they had brought in as in a phase wise manner. First to larger companies, then the turnover criteria, then to private limited company. But this time they brought it at a one go. So to say answer your question, Mr. Ashish, it is absolutely applicable to all the companies, irrespective of any threshold or turnover. Thank you. Uh, I move to the next question. Mr. Tushar is asking, what are the steps that the audit trail looks into from quotation, revised quotation, invoice, payment, and delivery with waybills? No, Mr. Tushar, this is the flow of the transaction. What you are narrating: quotation, revised quotation, invoice, payment, and delivery with waybill. This is a flow of the transaction, maybe applicable to your organization. Within each flow, within each transaction, within each type of transaction, there has to be an audit trail. So let's say you have the invoices, you have the payment, you have the delivery note. Within each, there has to be an audit trail. Who has created the invoices? Who has modified the invoices? What are the modification done? As Diksha rightly pointed out, that if the invoice is created and if it is changed, it should show what was the previous version, what is the latest version, what are the changes. Okay, so you are a bit confusing between the audit trail and the flow of the transaction, Mr. Tushar. So audit trail is what I explained. It's a edit log. Okay, let me go to the next question. Mr. Praveen, I'm answering the question. If anyone wants to have the further information or further clarification, please again type in the question box. All right. Next, we go to the please explain. Is it applicable for all the transaction? Yes, I already clarified. It is applicable to all the transaction. If you are a company, it is applicable to all the transaction. There is no exception given. All right. Next, Mr. Joseph is asking, do we have to save this activity report or is it automatic? I think it is for the Zoho team to answer, I believe, because they are asking, do we have to save this activity report or is it automatic?
Yeah. Hi, this is Irshad. So we are just answering like one by one.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. You can just skip it. Like if this comes,
Sure.
like it's not necessary for like if it's something like under Zoho Books, we'll be answering for sure.
Sure. Okay.
Yes.
Sure. I will keep that for the moment.
Yeah.
So your team will answer. Mr. Suhas Sawant is asking, what happens if it is not used? Any penalty? All right. So see, this is a very new thing which has come in only a week old thing. It is not yet clear that what are going to the penalties. Auditor can certify that you are not using this feature. So that will be kind of a negative report on your books of accounts. But yes, a lot of clarification will emerge in the days to come. It's just a 1 week. It's a developing story, I would say. So currently, no clarification on the penalty or anything. Mr. Rizwan Khan is asking, I did not get the user base login point in not a audit trial slide. Can you please explain? All right. So what I meant to say was, let's say your software is an user based login. So each user has its own user ID and password by which they log in into their software. Only having this feature, you cannot say that my software is an audit trail because every user is logging in differently and I'm able to know that who has passed which entry. That is good. That is a good part of it. But it will not result into you saying that, yes, I am compliant with the audit trail notification. Audit trail, to comply with the audit trail, it should have the user based login, plus it should have the edit log facility. You should be able to know what has been changed, when it has been changed, who changed it, applicable to all the transaction and all the condition what I mentioned. So user only having the user based login will not suffice the criteria. You have to have the this thing. All right. Next, Mr. Pankaj Vaidya is asking, companies are also using some accounting tools not for recording the transaction in the books, but to support the accounting in the main software. For example, leasing cost tool. So is the notification also applies to this tool apart from the main accounting software? Very interesting question, Mr. Ved. So I would say no. Currently, the notification only speaks about the accounting software. So many a times the organization has a various sub software for, let's say, for the fixed assets or for the HR module, uh, from where the actual accounting, the all the transaction happens in that software, and at the end, the only the accounting entry is captured into the main ERP or the main accounting software. MCA notification currently speaks only about the accounting software, and therefore, in my view, it will be applicable only to the main accounting software and not to any sub software like fixed asset or a leasing cost tool or the HR module or anything of that sort. I hope it's clear, Mr. Vaidya. Yeah. All right. Next is it only applicable for an invoice, not for sale purchase records? No, Mr. Nikunj, it is applicable for all the entries, whether you pass an invoice entry or a purchase entry, or even for that matter, fixed asset purchase or a depreciation entry or your expense booking entry, any entry which is you are recording in your accounts, this audit trail becomes applicable. It is not an optional; it is compulsory now. Mr. Jitendra Sharma is asking, if the invoice is generated on the 31st of the previous month and recorded on the 5th of the next month, does it belong to the violation of audit trail? So, question is how you are generating the invoice. Are you generating the invoice outside your ERP on some Excel or something? Okay, if the invoice is generated on the 31st of the previous month and recorded on the 5th of the next month, does it belong? So, to answer this question, if you are, let's say, preparing the invoice manually or on Excel, and then booking this invoices on your accounting software on 5th of the next month, I don't think so it is a breach or a violation of audit trail. You are still complying with the audit trail. Audit trail doesn't say that you have to book the transaction on the same day. Audit trail also doesn't say that you have to book the transaction on the correct date or the correct transaction, or you cannot make the mistakes. Audit trail doesn't say any of this. Audit trail simply says you record an entry into the books of accounts in your accounting software in your ERP. Whatever entry you recorded, if you whatever entry you recorded, have a trail of it. That means who has recorded it, when he has recorded it. Anyone now changing the entry, you should also have a trail of or record of who changed it, what is changed. It doesn't even ask why it is changed. It only says who changed it, what has been changed. Even why is not asked. So in my view, Mr. Sharma, if you generate the invoice on 31st either manually or on Excel and book on your accounting software on the 5th of the next month, you will not violate the audit trail requirement. All right. uh, Mr. Suman or Ms. Suman is asking, do we have to submit the audit log report to MCA? No, you don't have, as of now, you don't have to submit any audit log report to MCA. MCA just says that your accounting software should have this, but please try and understand the implication. Number one, they made it for compulsory for the auditor to report in their audit report that whether you have followed all this, whether it is preserved for the entire year, whether it was consistent for entire year, it was not been tampered with, and so on and so forth. So one auditor is going to report in his audit report. Number one. Number two, since now it has become mandatory into the MCA, uh, let's say tomorrow, let's say the income tax officer or the GST officer is having the inspection at your office for any reason, he can always say that your accounting software should have this facility because MCA mandated. Okay, so he can always see this thing. So there are wide ranging implication of this. Let us not look from the MCA angle only, but yes, now all the companies should have this edit log. That means all the agencies or government agencies or the statutory bodies will have access to this audit log report if they require it. Okay, I hope I'm able to answer your question, Mr. Suman. Yeah. Next, Mr. Suhas Sawant is again asking, the report is giving only modify, delete, or create also. Okay, so Zoho will again answer this. I'm skipping this for the time being. Okay, whether create is captured or not. Next, Mr. Sharma is asking, do the books can be maintained weekly, monthly, or annually? Yeah, so there is no bar into you see the notification or the account rule never says that you need to write the books of accounts daily. Okay, it only says if you are using the accounting software for writing your books of accounts, it should have the audit trail. So on the other day when I was taking the session, someone asked me that if I'm using the Excel for writing my books of accounts, should I have the audit trail? Whether the Excel will be treated as a software for this purpose, accounting software for this purpose. So in my view, yes, if you're not doing it manually, if you're using any software, because in Excel also you'll not just be recording, you will at least using the addition formula. So it can very well be argued that yes, it is a software. Yes, and to answer your question, Mr. Sharma, yes, you can maintain weekly, monthly, or annually. It doesn't solve the. It doesn't violate these conditions. Yes. So yeah, I think I'm through with the questions. Few of the things may be in the chat box, but I'm not going through there. Okay. So if any
Sir,
question,
yes, Anand, I guess one question from Srivatsa Kalel Nadudar is asking if the company does not use an accounting software, is it still applicable? I mean, to rephrase, let's say a company is not using accounting software. So how do they do this audit trail?
yes. So Sami, if you can just load my slide again here, I would just like to revisit the definition and to explain them. See,
Mm.
the definition clearly says. So let me just. This is a very
Yeah.
smart question, and we Indians are very creative into finding out this loophole. See, the definition clearly says. So yeah, I am doing it, Sami. Yeah. Uh, it is
I,
applicable from first April 21. Every company which uses the accounting software. Okay, every company which uses the accounting software. So if you say no, I'm not using any accounting software, I'm writing my books of accounts manually, can I skip this? Okay, so yes, technically speaking, yes, if you are not using accounting software, if you can demonstrate that yes, you are writing your books of accounts manually, you can skip the audit trail requirement because it is applicable only if you are using the accounting software. Is that the answers the question, Sami?
the question was asked by Mr. Srivatsa, so I hope the
Yeah,
answer is
yeah,
clear to
yeah,
him.
yeah, yeah. So I think there is one additional question in the meantime by Mr.
Yes,
Gandhi.
yes.
Uh, a new accounting software implementation will take minimum 15 to 20 days. During this transition period, what will happen? Yeah, so everyone is worried about this, Mr. Gandhi. So as I told you, there was an havoc been created on 25th morning, at least for me and my colleagues and everyone who are into the software field, and everyone started getting a lot of calls and the clarification and confusion. And yes, so any software implementation we understand takes more time. It may not be able to, you may not be able to do it in the 5 or 7 days time. See, we have to go with the flow. We have to await the lot of clarification. We have to see that what this time the auditor will take. In my view, let's say if you start applying this from 15th of April, because 15 days goes into understanding this and then implementing into your software. Zoho has by default, so there is no need for an implementation. So at the most, in my view, what will happen is an auditor may write in the his audit report. See, if you see the slide, he has to certify that the same has been operated throughout the year. If you read the second and third line, and the same has been operated throughout the year. So at the most, he may write that the same was not operated throughout the year. It was made applicable 15th of April. So at the most, that is what he can report. How the MCA will take this stance or how the penalty will be levied, we are not clear about this as of now. But I don't think so. It will be a very big issue. But even if you have implemented 5-10 days delay, at least you have started using it. So I don't think so. There will be much penalty. That of course that's my personal view. It still needs to be validated from the MCA side of it. All right. So there are still many questions coming in. Is any accounting software to maintain audit trail? How can maintain in Tally Prime Gold? So I will skip the question related to the other accounting software. Uh, so is any accounting software to maintain audit trail? So audit trail has to be within your accounting software. There is no separate software for it. Okay. I'm skipping the question for Tally Prime right now. JV also, Mr. Sanjeev is asking, JV also to be tracked? Yes, JV also needs to be tracked. There is no exception. All the transaction, even if you pass a depreciation JV, it needs to be tracked. Uh, Next, Suman is asking, it's starting from today, but at present we have not taken any software. So can we make transaction now and update later in the software? Will it be an issue? So as I told you, yes, you should start as early as you can. Maybe some days of implementation they will take a lenient view, or you may hold booking of the transaction for the few days, and when this feature is implemented in your software, you may start recording. So what will happen in that case is your audit trail will say that you have recorded the transaction on 10th of April. The entry is dated 1st of April. The bill is dated 1st of April, but you recorded on 10th of April. So it is fair enough. I mean, you have implemented this software. There is nothing wrong in this. See, uh, having negative reporting or not having this feature, or uh, having this implementation delayed by 5 or 10 days will not make a much issue versus you not implementing this for full year. So at least start implementing right from the word go. Make it a move. Maybe 5 days, 10 days delay may not be create a big issue in my view. Yeah.
Sir, one final question before we close the session. Mr.
Yeah.
Saket Kapoor is asking, how is it applicable for stock market transaction where no changes are made?
How is it applicable for stock market transaction and where no changes are made?
Yes.
Okay. So audit trail does not mean that you will make changes. See, audit trail also means when you book the transaction. Okay, who has booked the transaction? What time it was booked? Okay, so even if you are having a stock market, but you are a company, you are a private limited company or limited company, you should have your software should have an audit trail. Not necessarily that your software will say when it is edited, because you are not editing any transaction. That's fine. Once booked, it is booked, but then also it should have an audit trail. Software should have an audit trail. See, if you look at the slide again, I'm going to the slide. Every company shall use only such accounting software which has a feature. So your accounting software should have a feature of recording audit trail. Whether you are changing the transaction later on or not, that is not the criteria. Your software should have an audit trail, and it should create an edit log if you are changing the transaction, and the feature cannot be disabled. So in my view, yes, even if you are a stock market player or stock market broker, where the after transaction nothing is altered, but still you will have to have the audit trail in your accounting software. Is that all, Sammy? Are there further
Yes, sir.
questions?
No, sir. I guess there's no further questions. It's already 4:15. So what we'll do is we'll wrap up the session.
Yeah.
In case if we have missed any questions, we'll be sending the recording along with the answer to those questions via email. I
Sure.
would like to thank you for your time, sir. Thank you for taking the time to
Thank you
explain
so
this
much. Thank you so much, Sammy. It was my
mandate.
pleasure coming here and talking to all of you. Thank you, all the participants, for making it a real interactive. I know the question and answer is the crux of this session. These slides are there for everyone to read. But yes, Q&A is crux of the session. And thank you for making it interactive. Thank you, Sammy and the Zoho team, for having me here. It was a
Uh,
pleasure.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much. In another 3 to 5 business days, we'll be sending the recording along with the slides to all the participants.
All right.
Thank you again. Take care and stay safe. I'm
Thank
closing
you.
the session.
Thank you.